Welcome to Reach the World ASAP. My name is Pastor Scott Griswold. In 320 AD, on the far eastern corner of the Roman Empire in what we now know as Turkey, there stood 40 men at attention. Their commander was before them, and he said to them, "This is now your opportunity. You see the gods? These are the Roman gods. You say you worship the Christ, but let us see now how much you worship him. It is your chance to offer to these idols, to these gods, or to be done with being part of our military." 40 brave soldiers, but every one of them a follower of Jesus Christ. One of the men stood forward. He spoke for all of them. He said to them, "You offer us money, but that money will fade away. You offer us glory, but it cannot follow us. You seek to make us friends of the emperor, but to alienate us from the King of Kings. We cannot do this. We seek a heavenly kingdom. You threaten fearful torments and call our godlings to crime, but you will not find us faint-hearted. You will not find us attached to this earthly life. We are not stricken with terror. For the love of God, we are willing to endure any torment." The governor, the commander, he was furious. He sent them out into the middle of a frozen lake and had them strip their clothes until they were naked. He wanted it to be a long, slow, cruel death. And then he sent soldiers all around. There they set up fires and warm tubs of water and called to those men to come and save themselves. Long were the hours through that night as they endured the cold, calling to one another, encouraging each other to stand as brave as if they were fighting a sword battle with someone else. But finally, as the pain grew deep and strong in their bodies, one of their men fled to the edge, to the warmth, to safety. But immediately, another man stepped out, one of the soldiers who had been guarding. He ran towards the middle, stripping off his clothes, and called out, "Now I too am a Christian." This is the call of Jesus Christ. The dedication of his self-sacrificial love on the cross is what drives men to take a stand like this and be willing to endure whatever the cost, so that they might show honor and thankfulness, gratitude to the one who has died for them. And so tonight I ask myself that question. What have I done for my Lord, who has done so much for me? Would I be willing to stand for him? And I ask you the question too. What are you willing to die for? Perhaps the question we all must ask is, what are we willing to live for? So what is it for you? Who is it that needs you today in your community, in your workplace, in your university, your school? Jesus is calling you to speak for him, to stand for him, to love people for him, and yes, even be willing to die for him. I invite you to look around at those he has sent to us from afar who have never had a chance to know Jesus, and to share your faith with them. I invite you, if God leads you, to come and join us in Houston, Texas at the Reach the World Next Door Training Center as we seek to reach out to Muslims and Buddhists and Hindus, people who, if they give their life to Jesus, may indeed be people like in this book that I took this from, with all the names you can imagine. It's called Jesus Freaks. It's like a book of martyrs, telling the stories of people who put their lives on the line. Yes, the people that we call to follow Christ from Muslim and Buddhist backgrounds may be their very ones who seal it with their blood. So the call comes. Together, by Jesus' strength, by the love of Christ and for Christ, let's reach the world ASAP.